Hello. Oh, I just had to get started with the stream, man. I was just sitting there yapping in general. All the things. Oh, the things that I was being baited with. They're too powerful. Just too powerful. We're gonna do Half-Life Gmod Sven co-op again at some point in the near future. I'm tempted to look at it today, like I did last time we did this. But, I might play some Rivals today instead. But before all of that, I gotta do some XCOM 2 fixing as well. I was gonna try and do 3 days of XCOM 2 this weekend, but, like I said yesterday, I had to get something fixed first, and I didn't yet. I might continue to fix it today first to get, like, my chore out of the way. And then... Oh no, I was getting multi-baited, Raven. I was baiting an Arma chat with you at the same time as about the Sven co-op in general. Thank you, Subject, I appreciate it. It's Beagle Day because it's just Beagle... This is Beagle's day to just do whatever Beagle wants. Give me the food of Wild Frost. I forgot about Wild Frost. I'm sorry, I forgot about Wild Frost. I'm sorry. I'll be like, yes, I owe you playing that game at some point. I'll play it. And then... because I told Incredon I would. I was trying to remember, why do I owe you Wild Frost again? And I remembered, yeah, because I promised Incredon I would if Incredon beat me in that stupid BA kitchen day, and then they did, and I was like, alright, well, I will now. But then every time I, like, think, oh, I'm gonna play Wild Frost and get that out of the way, I, like, dive deeper into mental illness and then just forget about things like that for months. We have War Thunder Kitchen? Oh my god, I don't even know how. See ya, Pib. Thanks for checking in, though. Have a good one. Defeated Beagle with the 12 cruise missile Gambit. Gambit? Do Gambit. For those who weren't in the general chat, here, do I have like some kind of waiting screen I can put on? Hang on. Well, not waiting, sorry, like default lobby. I haven't made my default lobby screen that I want to have. I gotta pull up that link again now, hang on. I want to show you guys the link. Not all the fucking links, because in the general chat we went through all the dumb shit that we can do on Gmod. But, where is it? Yes, here it is. Okay, so first of all, main screen turn on. Second of all, this is what I was being mad baited with this morning. So, I don't know. I don't know why Sven co-op came up again. Why did Sven co-op come up again? What an interesting, like, tangent that this has brought down to change the future. What was the first thing said about this? Was it me? Was it Incredon? Oh, it was because Jeff posted it's the 2-year anniversary. Well, now I should click the clip again. Does anyone have the other two? I have 3 favorite clips. One is the goose in the elevator, Juby. One is Lloydie's. Oh, I gotta fucking... Shit, I gotta do this thing. I gotta do that. I gotta... I shouldn't close that. I gotta not forget that. One is Juby the goose in the elevator, one is this one, and one is Lloydie's driver bit. And runner-up is the devil's power shit. And this is the time to link me those clips. I want to watch them all again. God, this was such a good time. Oh, don't worry, devil's power is here.
Holy shit.
They're all dead.
Don't go that get away.
No! No, you didn't! No!
Oh, it's a different direction.
Why?
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ!
And they say video games are the lesser narrative art form, folks. I think we know they're wrong, don't we? Oscar for that one.
So this one could remember.
An Oscar performance. What a tale of betrayal. Oh my god. The fucking flatlining of the goose. Elevator clip, thank you.
Oh no, I forgot this point. Oh no, Incredon, where are you taking us? No! No! Why the fuck did you do that? Jimmy!
Hey guys.
I had the stature to blow them up. Jimmy, let me off, 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 no! Jimmy was gonna kill all of us! Ow! Jimmy was gonna kill all of us!
Who shot there? Who shot?
What is happening over there?
Indeed.
Is this the same clip? Yeah, it's the same clip. Oh my god. Oh my god. Past Beagle is once again being the funnier party. It does like, yeah, I laugh the same way as Past Me because I feel the exact same thing watching that clip again. It's like a complete clusterfuck. This was so good.
Kill all of us.
For those who can't immediately tell what's going on here, this was when we played through Half-Life 1 Sven co-op of like 20 or 30 of us. And we all had custom player models, and it was just so perfect. That was 2 years ago. Yeah, it's crazy how time flies. Actually insane that that was apparently 2 years ago. Surely it means a year and a half, right? Is it 2 years to the day? That's crazy. Speaking of, hang on, speaking of similar shit. Oh, I wanna pull this up too, hang on. Can I pull up Juby's clip from Arma yesterday? Tab in next time, find us officially Merc model. Well, that's what I was about to say. Hang on for a second, Merc, though now I really want to, like, get that clip from Juby. Because it just reminds me of that. How do I pull up Juby's fucking clip from yesterday? Oh shit, how do I do it? Hang on. VR chat. Yeah, VR chat. And Feast Face even made me a VR chat little thing in the XCOM base, but I never did that. Hang on. How do I put this on the screen? I'll just, like, bring it over, I guess, for a second. So, this was yesterday if you guys were here for the armor. If no, I'm assuming you weren't. This happened fucking yesterday. Very good job. Are either of you in danger? Do you need support?
No current danger, we just have the unknown.
I didn't hear what that was, but it sounded like explosive or something.
Probably is.
Okay, so keep that in mind. You no danger, just and then I'm gonna try and show you this other bit. I'm just gonna full screen my fucking Discord. This is Jubinator's perspective of the other side of that telephone call.
No current danger, we just have the unknown.
And I didn't know that at the time, and oh my god, when you know that in fucking context. Very good job. Are either of you in danger? Do you need support?
No current danger, we just have the unknown.
I didn't hear what that was. You could actually hear Banzer just like restrain a cackle. Oh my god. But I'm sad because there's one more I want to, before we move on to like talking and doing stuff, I can never find the Lloydie Boy clip. Where is our collection of the Sven clips? Where is the fucking Lloydie Boy clip on the tram? That's still my favorite. There is still none better than that for me, even though the others are so good. What's it called? I just search in my bar, I drive, maybe it'll come up. Lady says that's me. You did the best bit, Lloydie, for me. Yours was my favorite bit. You like, just the way you waited perfectly for it. You pulled real art there. That was true power of yours. I can't find it. It's so sad. Lloydie, you should have this pinned somewhere for me. It'll come back later sometime. Next time I find it, I gotta pin it somewhere. It's actually one of my favorite things ever. But the point was, we're gonna do it again. Oh, Gordon's got out. Thank you. Yeah. Now I can have closure. I have to turn off the music for this. I gotta go ahead and see.
No move, no move. No.
Oh, classic Mike film.
Amazing.
This will always be my favorite. It's going so slow! Especially because it kept breaking because there was too many people on it. So because in the fucking engine, the minefield clip, I don't remember that one. Because in the fucking engine, having that many people on it just fucking broke it too, because it was only ever meant to be a single player game. It's so beautiful. And then I think everyone got off it. And as soon as everyone got off it, it went super fast and fucking obliterated someone, I think. What's this one? I can't remember. I remember something funny happened on the minefield, I just don't remember what.
Okay.
Kablooey! This thing can't stop me because I can't read. You did.
Did you give?
Yeah,
She's right.
I'm vaporized.
Nice! She made a path. Oh, fuck!
Oh, no.
Oh, still good,
Yeah.
Okay.
That's coming back to me now. That's also closely. That's the same part of the game where it didn't matter up until that point that there was a mechanic where we could technically lose the run by like all of us dying at once, like wiping 3 times in a row. And that never mattered because there was like 20 or 30 of us and we kept respawning, right? Did we keep respawning? No, there was spectator. Maybe you had to wait till the level change, I don't remember. But anyway, like the game was not rebalanced to be harder for the fact that there was 20 or 30 of us. So it was like one player's single player game's worth of enemies still, but there's like fucking 30 of us. So we were just like steamrolling the entire game. But then we got to the only part in Half-Life 1 where you can fucking just lose instantly off a trigger is the warehouse that's full of trip mines that's full of like explosives, like a nuclear bombs or whatever. And if you set off like even one of like the 50 tripwire mines, everybody dies and the level wipes. You have to restart. So I remember when I had to tell everyone, just fucking stop, just wait here, and I will go ahead and like do the Ocean's 11 Elemente, like jump through the tripwires to get to the level change for us all. So that was great. That was like the sudden clutcher kick moment in the middle of it all. I love that. For those that would not have stopped, that was crazy. Oh yeah, and then Zen. Fucking Zen. We're straight on the roof. Yeah, that was fucking crazy. Anyway, so the point of all that is... So anyway, we were talking about that today because I think Jeff posted, oh, it's the 2 anniversary of the Goose Clip and the stream. And so then I was talking about, I was like, I always wanted to do it again, I said. But, you know, mod-wise, Sven Co-op didn't have mods to like do what I wanted to do, which is actually make it kind of like a little bit challenging. Like I wanted to have scaling to the number of players we had, so that it was actually kind of like hard and interesting to be like, okay, the 30 idiots are charging forward and now they're dying and like we're actually not going to make it to the next level. And so then anyway, this got us around to Alex Glitch linking me stuff and showing me that you can play this in Gmod. And I was like, oh no, then we wouldn't have the cool player models. And it was like, what are you talking about? Like Gmod is the fucking Fortnite game before Fortnite has everything in it. And yeah, apparently we could just do it again, but this time in the Gmod engine. Which means we can also do ridiculous other shit, like add all of the stupid fucking mods on the Gmod workshop, where they've added like literally every fucking game mechanic and player model and asset in the last fucking 20 years of game development is all Fortnited into Gmod apparently. They've got like fucking Tarkov guns, Madoka magical girls, wizard systems, Revive, Hunger and Thirst crafting systems, Tetris inventory. Just stupid, just ridiculous bullshit we can actually make a mod list out of, I think. So that's kind of like something that we can actually do now. So I'm kind of something I'm going to do. I want to redo Sven Co-op. It's time again, like I always wanted to. But I think now, because more importantly all of that, more importantly than the stupid mod set, we can also do the thing where either... For one, I think here it's actually balanced already to scale based on the number of players. I think they said the scaling's kind of wacky here, though, because I think someone in comments was like, it just scales. It's the same number of enemies, but they get more health based on how many players. So it's just like one fucking Hecu grunt who can eat like 500 bullets just one-shotting everyone, which is insane. But maybe we can like config that, hopefully. Because the other thing we could do is if it's Gmod, and if I can have the admin powers and just don't even need mods, just use the normal Gmod stuff, you know, being unrestricted to me, I could just, like, fucking Dungeon Master DM. I could just, you know, fly around invisibly or whatever and just spawn more enemies and stuff to spice it up for the group. So it just says, this is Synergy, so the HP scaling gets high. Is this just Synergy? Synergy's a different thing, right? Synergy's, like, not related to the Gmodder, isn't it? This is its own thing, but it also says it does do it based off HP based on player count. Blinky, you had a day last weekend. What are you talking about? Egan says, to be fair, cramming 20 times more grunts in every hallway would also be whack. Yeah, but it'd be way more fun. It'd be less whack when there's 30 rats. What about a day for our troops or for men? Shut up, Blinky. What about a day for misters and blinkies? So yeah, that's on my radar now. We're gonna have to do this. That's right, Encrodon. I look forward to looking into this, and I could even do it today if I feel like it. But this is my day. I've got like I started late as well, so I got like three and a bit hours, if maybe a little bit more, to do things I want to do today. I might play some Rivals because I want to play some Rivals and I don't get a lot of time to play it. Otherwise, I would honestly probably just be downloading Gmod and like fucking around with these mods and starting to look at it. Which I will do at some point. But also, before all of that, I actually want to be kind of good and try to fix the reload bug in XCOM 2. I haven't got it fixed yet, but I think I know how to. Raven said Rats PMC Day. Well, I'll show you, Raven. Hang on. I'll show you the way I'm going to bait you into coming and playing in this next time. Is when I said Gmod has, like, everything ported into it, I mean, like, everything. Like, fucking... all guns from Tarkov with 2200 switchable attachments with live... in-gameplay live attachment modding. With the same animations, recoil, and sounds. You can be fucking Tagilla. Where's the... Like, it's actually crazy. It's kind of insane, because I just forgot Gmod existed, since I was in high school. I just, kind of stopped. And it's actually kind of insane that, like, the Gmod workshop is essentially how my brain works whenever I'm playing any other game. Like, I'll be playing, like, Arma or something, and I'll be like, this is kind of cool, but I really wish we could just take the medical system from Tarkov. And that's insane, right? Of course, but then in Gmod it's just like, oh no, here it is. Yeah, someone made that. No shit, here it is. It's got all their shit, it's got all the animations. Here it is with fucking a full-on health and status effects rework. And, like, full-on, like, no, you just want to have, like, Tarkov Medical in this engine. Here it is. Mercs is what the fuck, right? Right? Oh, you want to have, like, the fucking revive and takedown system from Call of Duty? Yeah, someone put that in. That exists. Gordon, stop! What else do you want? Name something else you want in this insanity that we might do, right? Just name something. Let's see. You want magic? I was looking up magic before. You want magic? As I was saying in the general, if we add, like, dumb tactical gun slop, that means it has to be counterbalanced for everyone. It has to be counterbalanced by then. There has to be, like, magical girl slop. So you have to have, like, magic powers. Absolutely. Why is B mod in Gary's mod? Doesn't exist. You want lockpicking? Probably doesn't. I mean, it certainly exists. I don't know. I'd probably be fucking... I don't think we could, like, put it into what we're doing easily, but I mean, it's fucking... There's many ways to do it in the workshop. There's many systems. That's the crazy thing. Like fucking... Just one of these from many other games is like, oh wow, like that's so cool they brought that here. You look this shit up. Started looking this up this morning, and they've got like pages of different systems. What in the goddamn? Yeah, that's right, Glitch. That's a problem. The GM would have to spawn locked doors, I guess. Oh my god. I guess if you were able to be a proper Gary's mod powered GM, you could just literally be like, okay, I'm just gonna, like, gravity gun kind of build a locked door in this part for no other reason than the fact that someone has to lockpick it now. How about a class system? I don't know, let's see. Left 4 Dead class system, SRB classes, that's school classes. Sandbox crafting system, camera system, simple build system, NPC rank system, police system, Warzone armor system. Oh my god, they've got the fucking plates. Of course they do. Reinforcement system. Looks like Left 4 Dead class system is the only one that comes up with that. You might have got them beat. Though the funny thing is, I know, even if it's not coming up in this search, that's actually like a huge thing in the Gmod community with all their like RP servers. Wanda levels to Half-Life. Oh look, Merc, it's you! Look! Look, it's for you! It's exactly what you need. Perfect. Magazine system. Yeah, exactly, Jeff. Classes are probably more part of the game modes and stuff. Water system. Ready or not responsive system? What? What does that even mean? Pain system. Oh my god, they really did just fucking port Tarkov. It's actually insane. Response system. Oh, what? This is like fucking... So we can shout at the headcrab zombies to be like, get down or some shit? OTSD drop pod. I mean, certainly many props. I'm sure there's probably one of them that works at least. Rideable. You need ODSD drop pod mod. Laz before said like Predator tank. Almost certainly, right? Oh. There must be so many, the workshop can't even find it. Workshop's like, shut the fuck up. Anyway. Kinda fucking funny. Faye says, imagine putting all of the lockpicking mods in and having to first figure out what type of lock it is, like real life. Which fucking mod? Oh god. Oh, looking for Predator tank actually just brings up Predator. Aliens versus Predator. Predator gunship, duh. Oh, Predator missile, AC-130 gunship, of course, why not? There's be a Chimera. There are many kinds of Chimera. Oh, Stalker mods, of course! I thought it said Tifa for a second. Download me. There it is. There it is, Incredon. That's what I should use. There's Stalker map. Almost certainly would there be. Stalker 2 consumables. Stalker cigarette swap. Stalker weapons. G-Man everywhere system. G-Man will now follow you around. Stalker monolith. Stalker spawn menu PDA. Look, it's C-tab. First person death items. Guitar. Faction stickers. Vehicles. HUD. Only model pack. Cordon. 3 Stalker maps in 1. The actual Half-Life 2 Stalker. Stalker artifacts, detectors, and props? Not working, surely. It couldn't be working. Yeah, it's just props, I was gonna say. That'd be fucking crazy if they actually did shit. Oh yeah, and someone posted the Horse Girl game too for player models, because that was the main thing I was concerned about. I was like, oh no, what if you know, we're not gonna have the same player model? But it was like, oh fucking, and they were like, fucking Beagle is Gmod, like they have fucking every player model ever. Laz says it's time for you to implement Bmod entirely within Gmod. Lamau, there you go, Laz. There you go. Laz, do they have kobolds for you? There you go. Oh, God. I don't know if I should be showing that on stream. Why does Kobold mean that to people? Why is Kobold a risky click? Jeff says, I think server's going to allow play models from Workshop. Oh, that's terrific. Except I might have to not allow that. I might have to get people to pre-approve them to me like we did last time to avoid exactly what just happened then. Are goblins more or less risky as search? Let me turn off the screen and I'll tell you. What is Gary's Kitchen? Gary's Kitchen legitimately is just already part of Gmod. Like, legitimately... Oh god, I could make money out of that. Legitimately, I could just GM it and let the chat buy more enemies to kill the group. You're right. Hey, you could make a business model out of this. There's a loot goblin roll. Green Goblin Fortnite. I'm not... I mean, it's Steam. I don't think you can, like, put, like, nudity. I think the most they could do is be a bit risque, right? With the thumbnails. You can't be nudie. I don't think. Cat Goblin player model. There you go, Laz. I'm sorry, I'll try to avoid it around you from now on. Well, there you go anyway, so... That's that. And then there's Half-Life 2 as well. Ah, little head crabs. So that's the thing I kind of want to do. Benny says on Workshop, yeah, to get taken down, but outside of Steam Workshop, yes. Definitely outside of Steam Workshop, yes, I had to be very careful, but I was hopeful I didn't need to be too paranoid while browsing the Steam Workshop. Are we skipping over the Yassified Goblin mod? Sorry, what? Where? Did I? Wait, where is it? Or is that your player model in Gmod? Also, I gotta do my XCOM thing so that I can do fun things after. So, I'm turning off the screen. I'm just gonna try to switch reload mods. I think when I added that leader mod, my old reloads in the turn mod broke, and now I have to switch to a new one. So hang on. Reload. I have to turn off reload ends turn. I gotta write this down because I never went to fucking Git, so I'm doing version control in my notes app. Ugh. OVA. It's fine. Turn off Waddock reload ends turn due to incompatibility. You ever went to Git? No. I was gonna get you to help me with that, and I just never did. Thought we talked about this. We did. I knew I needed it, but I just didn't. And, you know, mental illness, and I just had to get it going, so I just got it going. I just got the streams going again imperfectly rather than good. It will be my regret again, yes, unfortunately. Waddock, reload, rework. Reload ends the turn is what I'm going to replace it with. Just got to check the Steam. This might let skirmishers and anything I config still reload 1 AP without ending the turn. Interestingly enough, if you by default, reloading your primary ends the turn, but if you have the Marauder ability, which is skirmishers only, I think, which lets them shoot twice, it's their light 'em up. Reloading doesn't end your turn. This mod is fully configurable. You can add more abilities to the list of abilities that make reload not end the turn, or add non-turn ending reloads to any weapon you want by giving them the new rapid reload ability of Iridar's weapons can replace her proficiency class. That's cool. That's a cool way to buff skirmishers. I was looking for a way to buff skirmishers, like I was going to give them the UBGLs, but I could just let them have non-turn ending reloads, yeah. Actually makes a lot of sense. Give them more ammo too. Give them big mags. Should make it so. I think that's what I was going to do actually. This is ticking something in my brain. Just let the skirmishers be the only ones to use weapon attachments. Proficiency class pack support is included by default. Alright, I'm going to turn this on and hope that by default it still applies to aliens. That's the main thing I got to check for here. So I'm just going to load this up. I'm not going to bother changing the game category because we should hopefully only be in here for like 10 or 15 minutes. And then I might treat myself to some rivals or something while we yap about stuff. Alright, loading up XCOM. Checking my Discords on the side. 2 hours later. I hope not, but, you know, good odds, yes. Oh, someone's talking about Menace in general. I gotta play Menace again. I gotta, I've got permission to, like, mod it and make, like, a fucked up little hard mode out of the demo, so I want to do that. Manas. That's right, Egan. Alright. So all we gotta do is just load into Randy Gatecrasher. And just make sure that we can not reload like that anymore. Make sure that Advent can't reload like that anymore. Like you said, you haven't been on streams since all the new shit was added. We need it. I did like 1, maybe 2 streams, but yeah, I kind of stopped after that. But the fact that I'm now like they're cool with me modding the difficulty of it does make me want to get back into it. It's just like finding the time right now. I'm trying to get back into the XCOM 2 really hard because I'm trying to make that money because I kind of didn't really work the kitchen days much at all this year. I was looking at my Steam and review thing it sends you, and like it showed me how much I really didn't get my shit together this year in terms of like money making streams, because I only played XCOM meaningfully like I feel like 2 or 3 months out of the year, XCOM 1, because there was like I kind of stopped doing it for reasons like mental health reasons, and then Broken Arrow came and took like 3 or 4 or 5 fucking months just doing that, and you know I was basically just like kind of slowly making me go broke that entire time. Why is my mouse so slow? Okay, so what we gotta do is we gotta drop an Advent. I'm gonna drop some targets. Drop unit Av Trooper M1 on my team, please. But hey, I mean, we were just talking about. I figured it out. Yeah, someone said it. Kitchen. I'm just gonna kitchen the Sven co-op. Easy, 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 easy. Stupid. Troop. No, no. Don't make me put the Mr. Blinky sign on. No. Thank you for your $3. I have to put the Blinky sign on. Thank you very much. I'm 99% sure it's a joke donation. Thank you so much for the $3.
New 3.00 donation
Thank you
from
so much.
Troop.
I appreciate you.
Troop.
You're very funny, but you also give me a little anxiety spike. Thank you for that. I feel like if I go and alt-tab to Ko-Fi, I would see Blinky's name on that anonymous donation. Thank you very much for your $3. Okay, drop. Spawn just for the principle of it. True, I can spawn them. That's true. I mean, I did. I just did. Viper. Here, I got your trooper right here. Drop unit, Advent Trooper M1.
These guys
There they are.
The bulk of the Advent forces we've dealt with. They're disciplined and well equipped, but their obedience
Okay,
makes them predictable.
so we're just checking if this is working. Well, you need AP back now is the thing. Give action points 1. No! It really isn't. That's super annoying. What the heck, man? It really is not working. Yeah, it is Blinky.
Alert.
Yeah, not working for Avanagra. Fuck!
New 2.00 donation from
Thanks for your
Blanky.
$2, Blanky.
One troop, please.
Thank you very, very much for that. Appreciate it. You want another trumper? Here's your other trumper. Barley says, if you need to make money fast, I bet you could charge $1 per minute playing Foxhole and Sammy would give you his life savings. On second thought, 5 per minute. I already promised Sammy I'm going to play Foxhole with him when Airborne comes out. Sammy's not here right now, right? Miss Weston. Sammy's not here right now. Do not tell Sammy this, but the other day, I was actually feeling like so... I was actually vulnerable, and I opened up DMs with him, and I was going to be like, hey, you know, I was feeling like trying Foxhole again sometime, maybe from the command perspective, the wider scale perspective this time, instead of trying to make it a fun, like, action game for me. But, you know, maybe I could play it again with you sometime and, like, you know, kind of get into it. And I stopped, because I was like, one, I don't want to say this to him, because it might just be a whim for the day, which it probably kind of was, and then it's going to be baiting him when I don't end up sticking with it or really wanting to do it and following through. Two, I don't really have the time to get into something else right now because I'm very busy with other shit already. So I didn't do it. So don't tell him that I almost sent him that, because in the end I think it was the right choice not to. But I was more amenable to it. But nobody tell him. Nobody tell him. Okay, so I don't know how the fuck to fix this, hey. That was a new version of the... Wait, is it not on? Wait. Wait, I didn't even turn it on, never mind. I didn't even turn it on! Okay, hang on. I have to give, I have to kill all of them so that you'll get your value for money.
Come on.
I can just save and reload, it'll be faster. Okay, bye, Trooper.
By the numbers.
Okay. Save. Testy. Okay, let's go turn the mod on. I like, forgot to turn it on a little bit. Okay. Wow. Let's turn it on. That generally helps with mods working. Which now reminds me of something else. I want to show you. Where's that fucking... Where's the page for the Half-Life co-op? Hang on. I just had a vision of myself, like, being that kind of person who sends in a Steam mod comment, like, oh, you know, it didn't work for me. It's like, did you turn it on? Whoops. And that reminds me of my favorite comment I saw this morning on that Half-Life co-op thing. Let me just pull that up again. Really is a powerful one. Yes, here we are. The game mode is cool, but my friend is stupid, so I don't recommend playing it. Thanks, Dirty Horror 15. Really good. Really good feedback. Excellent stuff. I mean, who amongst us? Whom amongst us? Don't we all have thoughts to share like this? And friends like that. Alright. So, me need to get rid of some bullet in my gun.
So I got one.
Philip says I'm the friend like that. I was gonna say no, Philip, but then I remembered, Lethal Company. Alright, that is indeed working now. So good. So good, so good.
Backfit here.
I was really stunned for a minute. I was like, oh no. Blinky, what is this clip? A message to Sammy personally. Sammy's not here right now, right? No, you fucked up because you included the don't tell Sammy part. I was expecting a better clip from you that was just like, I play Foxhole. Is that what this one is? I'm now seeing who... No, they're all too long. I didn't watch yours out, but it's shorter, you might have cut it better, I didn't look. But you remember to go to McDonald's? It's very important to go to McDonald's. That's where the America is stored. Goodbye. Vipers are so cool, aren't they? Don't we think Vipers are cool? I just think they're neat. What would it be like to undulate all the time like that? I don't know. Okay, but yeah, Vipers... Ending the turn. I mean, just really the animations are so well done. I mean, just even the reload. Honestly, quite a minor animation that you're gonna see, to be frank, in vanilla XCOM 2, which is what most people play, quite fucking rarely, considering how rare it is in vanilla XCOM to let an enemy live that long. And, like, look how good that is. Actually, just always keep it in mind for Axis are like the GOATs. Or at least, the fucking XCOM teams are the fucking GOATs, I can say with confidence. Everyone working on this game was just so fucking talented, and same for the first one. But yeah, reload. Okay, good, I think we fixed that. Thank goodness. Hooray! No, you'll hit the poor Vipers. Just leave it there in case you need to test it again later. Although I still don't really know how to fix the rocket thing. That's 63%, 1.0, 4.0.
Not too shabby.
63%, yeah, it's like, but if you move, will you lose your accuracy? 63.0, 4.0 if you move one. Last time they suddenly have a desire to play XCOM 2 again, yeah. Yeah, moving does. So I think the problem is that Iridar's mod is based on movement, not action loss. So it's just like, I guess it's like just an intended part of his grenade scatter rocket balance thing that you can shoot. You can shoot and then like not lose accuracy for having less actions. You only lose accuracy for having moved, which probably isn't ideal. Like, it does make the DRLs kind of, like, mad good. Like, even better. Might make them a little too good if that's just, like, part of the game now. Like, they're pretty fucking reliable, actually. Maybe I'll have to, like, bring them down a little bit in other ways. But anyway. Pity Iridar isn't here. Yeah, well. Neff be like, pity Iridar isn't here so we can fucking stochastic him into doing unpaid work for us. Poison spit, tongue pull. Yoink. Vipers are so cool. Torque's so cool. Drop. Unit skirmisher? I remember the thing for that. But anyway, is it Beak's birthday? No, it's just my day to do things. Anyway, that kind of fixes my issue though. Fixes one of them. Your Discord betrayed you in record time. My Discord? What did I do? Oh, about the Sammy thing. I assumed that people were going to go ping Sammy about it. It's fine. Blinky said there's a reason almost every single tactics game that's come out since it's borrowed like 90% of the formula. Yeah, and one of the big problems is that they just borrow like a random 90% and then try to make like wing their own 10% without realizing that was the part that made the other 90% feel fun. Laz says need to do another stream, methinks. Want to play XCOM 2 again? You should. You should play XCOM 2 again. You should do it. You should stream it, and you should tell me when you do it so I can at my Discord and tell them to come watch you again. Carmela says I just finished a legend run on XCOM 2 recently. It was good fun, not as hard as I thought it would be. Yeah, the one thing they're not the goats of is like balancing for hardcore perverts who know how to like really exploit the mechanics. But that's fine because again, like the XCOM teams, the games they made are for like average people, like average players. They're very popular games for a wide audience, which is cool. It's good. It's a good thing. And then us perverts, we just, we use mods. We have long war. And that's how it works out. Barley says the music and presentation is a huge part of new XCOM that I think most turn-based strategy fail at spectacularly. Absolutely, yeah. Greg Forch, as art lead for 1 and 2, it's just insane. Insane carrying. Like, when you actually stop, it's very easy to just play XCOM 1 and XCOM 2 and be like, oh yeah, like these are fun games, I like to play them. Like, ha ha ha, happy, like lick your lollipop, have your little propeller hat on. It's very fun. But if you like actually get obsessed with them to the point that I've had to, obviously, having played them for thousands and thousands of hours, and you actually like, at a certain point you stop and like start paying attention to like judging what's going on and appreciating how it works in ways you don't immediately think of. Actually insanely impressive games. Like, even just down to, like, the way the mechanics flow, the way the UI flows. Something that, again, I played thousands of hours. I don't mean to sound dismissive, because seriously, I played thousands of hours before thinking about this stuff. And I only thought about it, really, the first time I tried to make my own kind of, like, XCOM-style game with someone that we prototyped. And it's just not stuff you think about till then, or I didn't think about, where it was, like, I was just playing our prototype, and I was like, damn, like, it just kind of, like, vaguely doesn't feel good to sort of play this. Why doesn't it feel good? And I'll save you, like, 3 minutes of, like, stepping you through the long process of me kind of, like, iterating that thought process and figuring out how. But the eventual answer was, we couldn't, like, tab between targets smoothly and, like, all that UI stuff that XCOM has to make previewing all our shots easy. And so there was, like, a lot of friction. There was, like, a tangibly physical feeling of frustrating friction in like looking at a battlefield with all these different targets and trying to figure out, okay, like, so weigh up my options. What am I going to do next? And something as small as just like the delay, like the tiniest delays in gathering that kind of information, or like making that just like even a little bit annoying or like clicky and clunky, completely destroys the ideal flow that the game like XCOM shows you how to do, where it's seamless. It's that video editing kind of thing where their user experience in XCOM is so smooth that you do not think about it. And it makes it incredible. But as soon as you play a turn-based game that tries to be like XCOM, but does not nail that same lack of friction, you immediately notice it. And you might not notice why, but you will notice, oh, this kind of feels shittier. I don't really like playing this as much. And very importantly, and very interestingly, I found with these games, because then not just my prototype, but when I played other games, I noticed it more as well. It made me play worse, because if it's not as easy and smooth to tab between your options and kind of gauge and assess what you can do as your next options, it just made me not want to do it anymore, and I would just play dumber. I'd just be like, all right, fuck it, I'm just going to do this because I can't be fucked looking at all my options, right? And then playing dumber makes me not as immersed and invested in the gameplay, naturally, and then, it's just a spiral. It's very, very interesting. You know what I mean? It's very, 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 very interesting when you kind of look at that stuff and you go, holy shit, like they knew what they were doing so much. Like there's so much to unpack about XCOM 1 and XCOM 2. That's just so, so impressive. And a lot of it, I think a lot of us will never even really think about, which is funny. Again, I played this game so much before I really thought about it like that. It's crazy. Mikkel says, hey Beagle, you think you're ever going to return to Freelancer Randomizer? Those are absolute peak streams. Well, Laz is in the chat, the Chaos Mod creator. I love that. I love the timing of you asking that on one of the days Laz is here. Laz, I think the next thing is I was gonna watch Laz play it. Laz was streaming Chaos Mode again recently. Did you do a whole run again, Laz? I think you did. I can't remember. I'm not into Phantom Brigade, Panicus. I never liked it. Yeah, like Barley says, the way the camera zooms in when you aim, the music changes as you get into combat. Yeah, it's also good. I could go on about it for ages, but I'm going to try not to. But what was I going to do next? Paid actor. I think I'm just gonna like briefly, while you guys yap at me, look at something here. I'm just gonna look at the rockets thing. Oh, and I gotta like, hang on. One sec. Just give me a bit of like awkward, boring silence for a second while I just do something. Just gonna write a list. Shopping list. Okay, bread, dog food, cat food, milk. And what else do I want? Orange juice. Sorry, you guys have to be bored. I never ever want to like just leave you sitting there bored, but it's Beagle Day, so this is my day of like kind of hanging out with you while I do other stuff. What am I looking for at this thing? And Jam just got up, so it made me remember like, oh, she's gonna go shopping. I gotta make a grocery list. I gotta look it up. I send her pictures. That sounds really condescending. I didn't mean it like that. But I send her pictures so she gets the right brand. One sec. She's gotta get the cat food that comes in little triangle Dorito shapes. The cats need their Doritos. Oh, she's coming. She's coming. Chat, she's coming. Chat, she's coming right now. It's okay, she didn't. Alright, that's that. Hey, babe! I sent you stuff for the shop. I don't know if I can think of anything else, but yeah, I sent you some stuff. I do have the phone, yeah. Unused friend folder, Les? What's that? Zaka says, about shilling Armor 3, which sales are people excited to see in this winter sale? Oh yeah, Armor 3 sale, right? Is that out yet? That's right, people were talking about that. Philip says, having played the Mars Tactics beta, while it feels decent to play, you can just feel like XCOM is leagues ahead. I really like Mars Tactics, and I really like Manhole, who is the person who makes Mars Tactics. Hang on a sec. Here you go, Bab. Love you. I left a bowl for you in the fridge. I really, really like Manhole, and I think he's super earnest, and he's like doing his best to make like a really cool game. I haven't played it in ages, but I could imagine what you mean by that. Yeah, like to not be biased. You know, it's gonna be tough, and it's gonna be tough to like match the same level of polish and quality as, you know, AAA, tons of people working on it and stuff like that. So I don't know what like the flow is like in MT, because I haven't played it for ages. Peak Romance people pay attention to this, Laz. What's Peak Romance? Yeah, like I think there's a lot that's cool about MT. See, I wonder about that MT. I wonder about that with Mars Tactics sometimes. I wonder like, talking openly about this. This is totally postulating for me because I haven't played it in ages. It really is time for me to play it again, I think. But there was this thing I remember when, before XCOM 2012 existed or was even aware of, there was the Bureau coming out, and everyone was mad about that because at that point the only XCOM fans that existed were the old 90s XCOM fans who were being like, what is this bullshit? And then Xenonauts was coming out, and so everyone was like, oh my god, XCOM is back, you know, XCOM spiritual successor. Wow! Dog's barking. And then, of course, right as Xenonauts was like coming for that, XCOM 1 2012 comes out. And I mean, if Xenonauts came out like even a bit earlier. It was around the same time, right? I think like Xenonauts was basically early access. Xenonauts release date. The Bureau was unfairly shat on, says Jeff. Well, yeah, you have to understand, it was shat on not for what it was, but what it wasn't. It was... Well, it kind of was in both. It was shat on, because I was there, because it was very clearly like someone's just like random Mass Effect game they were making, because Mass Effect was very popular at the time, that they then like 2K very cynically slapped the XCOM label on. Just in that way that everyone fucking hates when you're a fan of something, of like a corporation has the rights to something, is just like, oh, this will sell better if we put this name on it. What's the name we've got in our back warehouse? Oh, XCOM. Like, people like that back, like, fucking 20 years ago, right? And so it was seen as extremely cynical that they did that. And that was the only thing that XCOM fans had at the point. You have to understand, it's very different. If it was done today, no one would give a shit. But this was before XCOM 2012 existed. This is before turn-based tactics was back as a genre at all, really. This was like basically XCOM fans just being super mad that not only were they being, you know, no one ever made a real XCOM successor, but also it's like, oh, you're just gonna shit on us, dude. You're just gonna like try to milk us for money with this. This is so fucking crass. This is gross. But anyway, yeah, Xenonauts, initial release date, yeah, like it was in EA, I think, and it came out, it says here on Google, 2014. So 2012, XCOM 2012 really kind of sucked all of the air out of the room that Xenonauts ever could have had. If Xenonauts was like 2 or 3 years earlier than XCOM 2012 or something, I had time to like really, I don't know, like maybe it would have been more popular, but I had my own problems with Xenonauts, of course. But yeah, with Manhole, the point of this was, I wonder, I should start playing Rivals while I yap about this. I'm just going to open up Rivals. I'm going to yap, but I'm going to play games too. Anyway, with Manhole and with Mars Tactics, I wonder if it's going to have a similar effect for me in terms of what other turn-based games have come out since that project was first announced. I don't know, because when did I first think of Mars Tactics? I don't know. Like, I think I'd already OVA'd by then, but I think I'm just mainly thinking of Menace. Like, I think a lot of what I go to is I think of Menace now as, yeah, Menace is kind of the game that's doing that to Mars Tactics a bit in my head. And I think, this is me postulating, this isn't like a doom post or anything for Mars Tactics, because I think this is very personally related to me. Because I think those audiences are still very split. I think the Mars Tactics audience and the Menace audience are still not necessarily the same people. But for me, I think one of the things that I found most interesting about Mars Tactics was that it was kind of like going a bit wider scale than XCOM 2012. You know, new XCOM. And I don't know, like, yeah, it was, as Hayden's kind of pointed out in chat, like, I think Mars Tactics was kind of being that thing of like, oh, like, it's XCOM, but we've got mortars. Like, it's kind of like the simulation of old XCOM with, like, the wider scale warfare, but it's kind of, like, actually modernized, modern open XCOM, and, you know, it has a lot of its own stuff going on. And I wonder now if Menace has distracted me from... In the same way Menace doesn't make me feel like I need to put that stuff upon OVA or XCOM 1 anymore, it kind of makes me feel like I don't need it out of Mars Tactics as much now. I think before Menace, or maybe just like when I was younger, I don't know, 3 years younger, I think I would have seen the mortars and FPV drones get added to Mars Tactics and been like, oh my god, skins. And I would have been like, oh wow, like, that's interesting. Like, that'll probably be tough, but that's interesting. But I think now, after Menace, you know, exists to kind of like suck up all of that interest for me, it's like, does this game need mortars though? And I think it's a victim of the success of seeing how well Menace does it. Is I immediately balk at the thought of Mars Tactics still being a traditional non-squad-based XCOM style one where every unit is an individual darling you're trying to keep alive and work with, but then introduced into that wider scale, more dangerous warfare of having like fire support like mortars, FPV drones, airstrikes, rocket launcher, stuff like that. I think Menace really showed to me how awkward that combination can feel, and why every time you know, you try to add it, even in something as, I think, as well done as Res Sigma, with that kind of wider scale warfare and added in, it never quite is going to feel perfect. No, Sammy, they're baiting you. It never quite is going to feel right. You know what I mean? Because it's a scale mismatch. When you have these weapons and abilities that should so easily just be able to, like, fucking bullshit just kill someone. But then you're still playing a game where you're managing every soldier individually. You've got this problem where either, if your soldiers are madder and you're meant to progress them to get better at the game, that fucking sucks. But then, you know, if you nerf these options to make them not actually able to fuck you up as much, is it now awkward that they're now not really as good and not as satisfying as people want them to be who want to use them? Do you just add more soldiers, but then if you're controlling every soldier individually, it's going to become a huge chore to manage like 24 units to make up for the attrition of getting mortared, you know, a quarter of them every mission? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, no, we definitely will, Sammy. I'll tell you about it in a second if you stick around for like a minute, Sammy, after I'm done yapping. What I was talking about Foxhole, there's a legitimate thing in there. I'll tell you in person. But yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't say this to be like, oh, I think, you know, I'm not making like a YouTube video of like, guys, is it over for Mars Tactics? Is Mars Tactics in trouble? But I think it is interesting and a potential like hurdle now for how I look at that game to be like, it is living in that in-between design space of large-scale warfare and small-scale warfare. And I don't know, I do wonder. I do wonder how it'll go. It's interesting. Like, I think seeing how well Menace does the things that Mars Tactics is doing with their completely different squad system makes me wonder how it'll be going back to Mars Tactics and playing it again there. Because Mars Tactics is also about fire superiority. It's, you know, it's suppression. Very interesting system they use there too, where it's kind of like a little bit like Gears Tactics, where you got 8 action points for killing things. In Mars Tactics, you get action points for suppressing things, which is very interesting. Like, I think there's something so charming and cozy and earnest and cool about Mars Tactics and its presentation that I'm always going to play it again and give it another go anyway, even if I didn't really like the developer. But I do wonder, like, long-term how the gameplay is going to hold me, or if I'm going to end up, like, feeling too finicky now with individual unit control in wider scale, like, old XCOM-style warfare, and after seeing how Menace kind of does it so well and streamlines it so well. Like, I think what Overhype are doing with Menace is basically this elegant evolution, streamlining quantum leap for trying to do this larger scale turn-based tactics thing, in the same way that Jake's XCOM 2012 was also this evolution, huge quantum leap, streamlining affair from old XCOM. Yeah, absolutely, Asher. The Overhype are at the top of their game. It's extremely impressive to see what they've done with Menace. Very interesting. Barley says, I give MT credit for the grenade system alone. Yeah, like the way you like the way they can like scatter for them. It's very interesting. That's the cool thing about Mars Tactics, is it's very different. It has its own personality and it does so many things very different. And I think as long as individual soldiers aren't too important, like I think as long as it's kind of like the OVA, to use as a touchstone, like balancing style of like you're gonna lose people and it's okay because you just get new ones and rookies are effective as a unit, even if they're not the best. I think as long as that remains the case, and it's kind of like that OG XCOM style, it'll be fine, right? Like it won't be too annoying, it won't be too bad to be like, oh, someone got fucking mortared. So Yoi there, Rowan is so good. Twice did King. What you talking about? Yoi? Isn't that the really cool lady from Spy Family? It's your. I'm baiting someone now. I don't know who I'm baiting out of the 130 of you, but I'm baiting someone. I just saw you there. Oh, you misspelled you. What? Neff says, I think the base revolution diplomacy aspect of MT helps set it apart. Actually, really true too. I think Manhole's been doing a lot of work on the strategy layer, and I think if Manhole cooks that right, it does threaten to be maybe one of the best strategy layers we've ever seen for one of these kinds of games. Which, you're right, could set it apart. I think there was always that allure in Open XCOM of what if this overworld base system like actually was a little bit of like a 4X game, like a little bit of a you expanded, cared about your territory, you know, did the base management stuff, but it was fun and not just an annoying chore, and like made sense, was a bit more streamlined and like, you can do more interesting stuff with it. Like, yeah, kind of like combining that Total War style Empire management 4X stuff with an XCOM game's tactical layer. Menace isn't doing that. Menace is still doing a Battle Brothers type strategy layer, as far as I'm aware of, just like kind of like manage your mercenary company like BattleTech or Battle Brothers, but they're not doing like an empire building thing. And I think if Mars Tactics does that well, which is what Mandel's trying to do, that's a really good point that could very much set the feeling apart. Strat layers are so hard to get right, says Philip. Yeah, I mean, I think he's been working on this one for like a couple of years now of like trying different things. I sure don't know. I think he said to me like a year or two ago, like, you know, Beagle, don't worry about playing these builds yet. You know, they're not good enough for you to try yet. Like, and I was like, you know, let me know. And he's never got back to me and PM'd me. And I don't know. I think Manhole lacks, like, he's too earnest and lacks a level of confidence sometimes. Just be like, go on, yeah, just give it a try, like whatever. I think I just gotta play it sometime. Because I'm sure it's so much better than he thinks. I think he's the kind of person who very much like criticizes himself too much. Hayden says, is this so weird to look at? What's this? It's one thing I like about Phoenix Points is Sindane. Every day we fight. Oh, yeah, I kind of seen this, but I didn't, like, look more at it, yeah. Nick says, ask Johnny Lump about how to screw up a perfectly good strat layer. Don't you come here yelling about Johnny Lump. Everyone always comes in here being like, Johnny Lump did this thing and I didn't like it. How many people ever come swaggering in here and say, I love that Johnny Lump did this other thing? Never. You fuckers. You always bring up the negatives. You never bring up the positives. You're all here right now because of Johnny Lump. Without Long War and what he did with Long War, the time stream is completely changed for all of us. And me as your focus right now. You would not be here. Phyllis says, in Manhole's quote defense, the last few betas I participated in were riddled in bugs. Okay, well maybe I'll keep waiting for him. Anyway, let me click through this. We're going to keep yapping, but let me click through this. So, there's new skins. Do I want them? Gone nutty for gifts.